Hi, today I have been cleaning out my craft room and realized I had a bunch of stuff that I had picked up recently, and I thought I would share that with you. So today I'm going to show you what all I have gotten while I've been out and about. Let's get started. Alright, we're going to start with what I got from the Dollar Tree. And I've already done a video on these. I found these Crafters Square DIY kits. They had so many of them. They don't cover all the different styles they had. But I did a video on them and reviewed how I thought they went. I did the crochet kit. I did a needle felting. I did a sewing doll kit. I did an embroidery hoop, I did felt flowers, and then I did this one, which wasn't in the video. I bought this after I made the video, but I found a diamond painting sheet, and my daughter had done it. I had not before, and it was just really relaxing. I really enjoyed it. It went by really quickly. So this kit I would give 5 stars if you look at the other video. So I would recommend picking up one of these. For this, I think I might add it into a journal of some kind. So, I don't know, keep your eyes out. You might see that included in something in the future. Also, I wanted to show you, so I made the flowers in that video, but I wanted to show you what I did with the finished thing. I had these gold hoops I had from the Dollar Tree from a while ago, and I just glued it onto that. And I just thought it was really pretty. I think I'm going to add this to my Etsy shop. So head over to the Etsy shop if you're interested in picking this up. Also, from the Dollar Tree, I picked up some note cards. They had 225. They are lined. And I had seen some things that I want to try out from Pinterest. And so I picked those up, and then they also had these containers for the note cards. So I picked up 2 of those for like a future project. I also found these really cute little gift bags, and they just made me think of Mother's Day. Life is sweet. That's what that one says. It has glitter on the front and then just normal on the back. And then this one has florals, and then this is like watercolor lines. But I picked those up because I thought I could probably use them around Mother's Day. And then they had these sticky note flags, which I plan to use in some either Bible journaling or just like when I'm reading books to annotate. But I just thought that was cool that they had them, so I picked them up. It says it has 400 count. The colors aren't really my style. Like, I like more muted colors, but I just thought it was really good for $1.25, so I picked that up. And then I saw these cute things. They're word sticker charts. And lately, I mean, my daughter is a bit older, but I mean, it's still nice to have a physical representation of your progress. And there are a couple things we're working on, and so I just thought this might be a fun way to track her progress. They had them in other styles other than this, but I thought she might like these. You can do anything, and you're doing great. And they come with 14, so you got this like kind of bookmark style, and then the stickers to add to it as you make your progress. Next, I have some stuff I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Doing the DIY kits from the Dollar Tree made me want to get some other kits so I could practice some different skills or learn new things before making things for my state fair. So now that I know how to do some needle felting, I picked up these colors, and I think I might try to make some little woodland animals out of these, and so I thought these colors would be really good for that. So I picked that up. And then I always check their fabric, and they had this really soft, they call it cozy gauze, but it just reminds me of like a receiving blanket. But I thought the pattern was really cute. It was originally $10.99, but I only paid $4 for a yard, and so I thought that was cute. 49 inches by 1 yard, so I picked that up. A new skill I would like to learn is, what do they call it? Punch needle. So you got embroidery, which is more like lines and different stitches. You have cross stitching, which is making X's to create a pattern or a picture. And then you have this punch needle, and it looks a little different than embroidery. It looks like it also uses some embroidery, but I saw that it was a category in my state fair, and I didn't know how to do it. So I picked up the materials. It says it's easy to follow, so I figure I can learn from this and then maybe create my own for the state fair. So I also needed to pick up the interchangeable punch needle set. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Gotta figure that one out. And then the last thing I picked up was a latch hook kit. I really enjoyed this when I was a kid, and I remember sitting and working on it. So latch hooking was also another category for my state fair, and I know how to do it, but I went ahead and picked this up just to like practice and get myself reacquainted with it. And also I thought it might be a fun one for my daughter and I to do together, and I could teach her how to do latch hooking. So that is what I got from Hobby Lobby. Then I stopped over at Ross because I had watched some videos on using their Bible as a prayer journal, or like a reference for praying. And so I popped over to Ross because I figured they might have some Bibles or just some journals and stuff over there. And I saw these really cute prayer cards. They are originally, I'm not sure how much they cost originally. They said comparable value is $6, but I paid $3.99 for them, and I just thought they looked really pretty, and they felt like something I could make some prayer junk journals with, and I thought those would be good to include in that. And then I found a Bible for $7.99, and it's thin, which in all the videos I watched about the prayer Bibles, they suggested something more compact that you can put in your purse and carry with you. But essentially you would use like those bookmarks I showed, or washi tape, to mark a page, and you would have like a topical index in the front of your Bible, where it's like pink is prayers for my husband, or you know, the character of God might be yellow. And so it's just where you, as you're reading, you find those things, you'd put a little note and then highlight, and then you would use that in your prayer. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. I had to go grab this book, Praying the Bible by Donald S. Whitney. It's a really good resource, and it just kind of walks you through the idea of praying the Bible. They suggest a really good way to pray the Bible is through the Psalms. But yeah, I would just suggest reading this if you're interested in doing like a praying Bible. And then I also saw this Color the Promises of God coloring book. It says it's a $6 value. Here it says it was $9.99, and they sold it for $2.99. But I just thought they were really pretty pages, and have a wonderful message, and would be great to include in any junk journals that I put together. So I grabbed that for that purpose. Next, we went to Target to pick up, I can't remember, we needed something for my daughter, and I said that's all we're buying today. And then I bought this little bee house. I have a video where I made a bee mug, and I'm gonna keep that in the garden, but I also wanted to try this little bee insect house and see if it attracts any bugs. They had them for $5, and you know, they're dollar spot, but I just thought it was cool. I've been wanting one, and so I picked that up. Next, I have some Goodwill items. I picked up this strainer because I found a really cute idea for embroidery. using a strainer, and so I'll make a video when I do that, but it looked really cool. So I grabbed this for $4.99, and then I picked up this onesie because I also found an idea of using patches from other printed clothing items. And so I really liked this pattern of this feather on this onesie. I also liked the color. I don't know if the color's kind of changed for you, but it's like a peachy pink kind of color. But I like those feathers. And the idea is, you know, you cut out the pattern and then you can attach it to an item. If you like need to add patches because you have a hole to something, you could do that, or you could just add a patch for a decoration. So I found these really cute overalls for my daughter, and I thought this little patch would be cute somewhere on the overalls. And then I also found this cardigan, a navy blue cardigan, that I thought, oh, I love these buttons. I forgot about how cute those were. And I thought this would also be cute to have a patch somewhere. So I'll make a video when I do that and kind of walk you through my process. I believe that day this blue tag was 50% off. So this was $1.99, 50% off that. This was $3.49 and the overalls were $4.99. So love going to the thrift store. That's what I got from there. The last thing I want to share is a notebook I got from Amazon. It is a 52 book club reading challenge for 2024, and it's a journal. And I don't remember how I stumbled across it, but this thing is great. And I feel like, you know, we're just 1/4 of the way through the year, and so I don't feel like it's too late to get started. And so if you're interested, I would suggest picking it up. But they have, starts off with like an introduction and then the different challenges to read. So, you know, they have a book that was published in 2024, published by Hachette, a buddy read, a revenge story, written by a ghostwriter. So it kind of like encourages you to read books maybe that you're not used to reading, or a genre you wouldn't typically read. So that's fun. And then they have some brainstorming pages for each category, like different books you think you would want to read for that category. And then if that's the one you're going to read, you can mark final choice and completed. And then they have a journal for when you complete that prompt. So like here, all the pages look similar, but this little part might be a little different. But you'll put your title, your author, its genre, when did you start reading it, when did you finish it, how many pages are in it, and what would you rate it. You also give it a favorite quote, details to the book that you're reading. Was it an ebook? Did you borrow it? Did you own it? Are you rereading it? Is it part of a series? You summarize it, you give it a review, and then you say why you chose that book. And so they have that for all 52 prompts. And then, yeah, you can see, got some of my own right there. And then they have a mini challenge. So this was actually for the month of February. And to figure this out, I just Googled the 52 Book Club 2024 Reading Challenge mini challenge because I wasn't quite sure where to find that. And from Googling it, I found that in February, the challenge was, for prompt 1 was to read a Black author from a favorite genre. Prompt 2 was Be Mine Valentine. And then prompt 3 was author born in a leap year. And so I put that I'm doing it in March because I didn't buy this until March. So I'll do February's in March. And then I believe the next one will be April, and I'll put those there. And then so on and so forth. They have them for, I want to say 6 months. So it's kind of every other month that you do that. Then they have a read it and watch it bonus challenge. And so for January to March, it's a hybrid genre. And so this month I read Jane Austen novels retold. It's like an Usborne book. They're just 50, like a 50-page summary or retelling of Jane Austen's novels. And so a movie to watch, I have so many I could watch. I could watch Pride and Prejudice. I could watch Clueless. I could watch, you know, any Jane Austen movie or retelling, and I'll put that there. And then April through June includes a wedding. July through September, a character-driven story. October through December, published in A Year of the Dragon. So those are fun to do. They also have this bingo. So as you complete the prompt, not all the prompts are back here, but you would highlight it and then see if you can get a bingo. So far, of the prompts I've completed, only 3 are on the bingo card, and I haven't gotten a bingo. And then for daily reading, you can make your key whatever you want. It might be minutes read, it might mean, you know, chapters, but for me, I went with pages. And so here I made myself a key. I have a bunch of X's because those were days that I did not own this journal yet. But here you can kind of see my reading patterns. Any white spaces are days I didn't read at all. So my goal is to read once a day. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days so far where I haven't read. So hopefully in April, I do better than that. Then, oh, they have a read along in January, April, July, October. And I missed the one in January. So since it's a read along, I don't think it's something I can really go back and say I did, but I might go ahead and read the book they'd read, The Violent Conspiracy, and then just kind of make my own notes on that. But I technically wouldn't really have done the read along because I didn't do it with everybody, but I'll do April's. And once again, to find the title of that, I'm just going to Google the 52 Book Club 2024 Reading Challenge book journal, April read along, and then I'll be able to get the info I need for that. Then here is another bonus, a genre challenge. Try to read all the different genres in the year 2024. So far I have 3 written down, so not too bad. And then for each month, they give you this overview. So February I didn't have it, but you, as you are going through the month, added to, I think this is the, TBR. I think these are like books you want to read, right? Just like add it to your list. And then these are books I really want to read this month. And then here are the books I have read. So I list out my book, how many pages were in it, and then it's ranking. And the pages over here will help me do this side. So you'll put total books read at the end of the month, how many total pages you read, and then your ratings, like how many of your books were 5-star books, how many of the books you read were 4, 3, 2, and 1. Physical format, you can go back and look here and you'll be able to see, was it how many I read physical, how many I read were ebooks, and how many were audiobooks, and then any other format, I guess. And then list your genres read, monthly goals. Like for March, I wanted to read every day, so that was a goal. But yeah, you can list any of your goals there. My favorite read, my least favorite read, my shortest read, and my longest read. And then here, you'll just kind of keep track of the prompts that you have read. So they have that for every month. And then at the end, you have like a, what do you call these? A bracket. And so January, I only read 1 book just once. I didn't read anything in February. So then this month, I'll put down my favorite book I read this month, and then decide of these 3, which one was my favorite, and put it here. And then so on and so forth. So then at the end of the year, I have my favorite book of 2024. And then here's just like a review at the end of the year. A fun way to go back and look and see what all I have done. And then it's a nice thing to hold on to. Could definitely help me with giving book recommendations to friends, and I don't know, I just find it really fun. I don't think it takes too much time or energy, and it's encouraging me to read more in different styles of books. So recommend this. I got this from Amazon.
If you would like to see more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss a video.